Hello, my name is Madison Phillips, and this is my final presentation for Human Resource Management. In this course, we have taken what we have learned about the major functions of human resource management and applied it to our group simulation. These functions include planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. In this presentation, we will see an overview of KNMN's performance throughout the simulation, a demographic analysis, and a simulation incidents and results report. As a team, we made sure to create SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, aggressive, realistic, and time-bound. Our initial goals were to decrease turnover rate by 3%, increase productivity by 100 units, increase quality score by 30, offer instructor-led training so that employees could develop more skills and become more promotable in their field, and increase the number of females and minorities by 40%. Our initial dashboard is what you see here in blue. These variables would change each quarter in response to our decisions. In reference to the goals that I explained on the last slide and the beginning point of these variables, we had hoped our turnover rate would be at 6.8% by the end of the year. We had planned for our productivity to be at 300 units, our quality score to end at 80, and our female employees to make up 52.7% of our population, along with minorities representing 47.8% by the final quarter. We approached our decision-making carefully, trying to remain within our set budget. We typically began our staffing with lower levels and worked our way up. We referenced industry news, department messages, tips in our dashboard each quarter. We experienced a constant battle keeping our turnover rate out of the red zone, and we made our decisions slowly rather than all at once so that we could watch the effects of each decision and build from there. Here you can see our final dashboard after the completion of the year. We ended our year with some understaffing in certain jobs and not enough level 2 supervisors to oversee level 1 workers. We were in need of an increase in training for new and promoted employees, and we also had part-time employees working a great deal of overtime to help us meet production goals. In some ways, this could be a money-saving tactic, but it also created some worries for our full-time workers as they feared for their job security. None of our goals were met in their entirety, but we did see progress. Our turnover rate lowered by 1.8% by the end of the year. Our productivity increased, but only by 17 units. Our quality score also saw a small increase of 14 units. We did not come close to our initial goals for our minority or female employee percentages, but we did see marginal increases for these as well. Here you can see our demographics on each job level in reference to the female and minority factors that we have discussed. Some ways that we could go about increasing in our diversity percentages include increasing the percentage of female and minority hiring goals, recruiting within a broader geographical zone, measuring diversity, providing training, focusing on organizational culture, and promoting diversity at every job level. Though we do have goals of increasing these percentages, there are issues that may come along with hiring a more diverse workforce, and we need to be prepared to assess cultural differences, language and communication differences, along with generational differences. There were quite a few simulation incidents that we as a team had to make a decision on. The first was a job analysis, and we chose to analyze all jobs, including managerial. This is because, well, first of all, our team considered a hiring consultant to make a plan for doing in-house job analysis, but we ultimately decided on allowing an outside company to complete the job analysis for us. By doing this, we will gain the knowledge of external best practices. We see the benefit in all jobs being analyzed, including managerial, because There can be miscommunication at all levels, especially since the company has been built off of no written job descriptions at all levels. By hiring a company to analyze all jobs, we will be able to remain competitive in the market, as well as we hope that this company will allow for comparable decisions to be made. Our next decision was our job design, and we chose job rotation, enlargement, and enrichment. This is what we would like to begin our exploratory studies in, because this technique is fit to the specific needs that our employees have expressed. As a management approach where employees are shifted between multiple job assignments, job rotation allows personnel to be exposed to all verticals of an organization. The objective to test the employee's skills and competencies in order to place him or her at the right place facilitates more social interaction. This will also reduce the repetition that employees have expressed as a negative by decreasing the monotony of the job and providing a wider experience. If everyone is well versed in each position, there may also be a better understanding of what needs to be improved within each job. This may reduce the concern that employees have regarding the lack of a system to suggest improvements. Job enrichment provides more meaning, enjoyment, and satisfaction for employees as more autonomy is given in terms of planning and controlling the job. More responsibility is given, and there is a greater chance for achievement, recognition, advancement, and growth. In return, the workers are motivated to work harder. This will aid in the employee complaint of the present forced pacing of work. Job enrichment means improvement in the quality of a job with employee satisfaction as a result. Job enlargement, however, means increasing the scope of job quantitatively by adding more tasks. This alteration would aid in the understanding of the end product along with overcoming the repetition aspect as well. Our next simulation incident, we had to select an employee. We selected the male, age 55, minority, retired military officer. Each choice had its downfall. In terms of our choice as a manager, we believe that he has the best reputation for being able to manage 15 technicians of various ages. He's a leader and will gain respect easily from the employees under his management. He does have a limitation for the technical background of the job, which will inhibit his ability to troubleshoot technical problems that may occur. Though he will begin with this limitation, we believe that his experience in learning new positions quickly will help him to be the best fit for the job. One of the next decisions that we had to make was regarding performance appraisal. We chose supervisor and self and the graphic rating scale. This is because it is not beneficial to conduct performance appraisals of your own workforce without well-defined goals. The goals should be set by the supervisors and completed by the individual who holds the specific role. This is why self-appraisal and the appraisals of supervisors are the most important in determining whether or not the individual is performing to the defined standards. The graphic rating scale is a good way to obtain quantitative data about employee attributes concerning a particular job description. It is simple and user-friendly, but answers can be subjective, so attention to detail and response bias is necessary. Next, we had to make a decision on sexual harassment, and we chose to develop a zero-tolerance policy and present it in department meetings. As a team, we deciphered between choice 3 and 4. We liked the cost efficiency of each and believed that the same approximate outcome would come from each at the lower level. However, the deciding factor was that the managers would be the ones presenting in department meetings about this policy. Since some of the previous situations could have been handled better by supervisors and managers, we believe that they will need their own policy training as well, which will be instilled as they must learn about what they will be presenting about in an in-depth manner. Next, we had to make a decision about compensation planning. We chose the performance-based pay system. The turnover rate is too high considering the cost of losing experienced employees, and with the performance-based pay system, employees with this experience will benefit from their knowledge and skills. This is because they would be paid on a base hourly wage with a bonus for exceeding the standards that apply to their role. These established standards would also benefit productivity, as employees would have in mind exactly what they need to do to achieve better pay rates. Our next decision regarded self-managed work teams, and we chose to include aptitude testing for teams. Teams can hire workers, teams can schedule work, teams can decide how to do the job, and teams self-appraise and make compensation recommendations. These policies will be implemented in the work teams of our company. They will not have full governing power as far as self-direction goes, and they will still have management to guide them through the process. However, after initial implementation, we may move forward with those self-directing policies as well. This may allow for less of the budget to be used in hiring management. We will later address the firing of non-productive team members, but as of now, we still need this process to be completed by higher-ups in the company. Next, we assessed employee health and wellness, and we chose the wellness program and the mental health program. Wellness and mental health are the most beneficial, as everyone can reap the benefits from these programs rather than just 50% who may be able to use the substance abuse program. Even if a substance abuse program was offered, employees may not want their employers to be connected to their substance issues and would use a different outlet for these needs. As you can see in the top chart, each team started out with the same numbers for every variable, and in the bottom chart you can see that each firm's numbers changed depending on the decisions that were made. We ended with the lowest unit labor cost, which is a good thing. We ended with the middle level quality index, but would have hoped to have a better quality than we did by the end. We also ended with the middle level turnover in comparison to other teams, and like I discussed earlier, we did not meet our goal with this factor. Our morale was lowest, so that is not good for us, and it may have been a reason for not achieving our turnover goals. Our accident rate and grievances were in the middle, and they did see a good decrease from where we began in Q1. Our productivity was in the middle of our competitors, but we would have liked to have seen a greater increase. And our absenteeism was also in the middle of other firm levels, but we did see a good decrease from where we began here as well. As I stated before, we liked to start our decision making in our lower job levels to keep expenses down as we viewed our needs each quarter. You can see in our wages survey that we were consistently the lowest in our pay scale, and we tried to remain slightly under industry averages. We had the middle level of benefits given to our customers and to our employees, and what we gave them was carefully selected based off their needs in the simulation. Looking at the training survey, due to cost, we did not provide our managers with much training. We did want to give our new hires more training, and this would be a good thing for us to look into during the next year. Our quality and safety training were on the lower ends, and an increase in all training areas could be beneficial for not only productivity, but also morale and turnover rates. Looking at the performance survey, all of these factors were lower than the industry averages except grievances, but it was also not far off from being lower than average. We based each of our decisions on what was going on during the specific quarter, but to end on a better note, we should have focused more on the bigger picture rather than just the now. Here you can also see that our production and quality were in the middle in comparison to our competitors. This was a good start for us, and we hope to be able to continue to increase both our productivity and quality scores. Here's an overview of our initial progress report in comparison to our final progress report. We have discussed each of these factors broken down in comparison to the other firms in our industry. Overall, there were many factors that we did see an incremental change from where we began, and these will help us to grow and learn in our future decisions.